All right, so question number 3 now. How will the Michael Dunn verdict affect race relations? We saw massive protest after the George Zimmerman not guilty verdict in the shooting death of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin. That verdict sparked a national conversation on race relations, and even President Obama made his views known. Now to another controversial trial in Florida involving the shooting death of another 17-year-old black teen. Will the Dunn verdict affect race relations? I want to bring in now our next generation panel, college students from across the nation. University of Georgia student Shelby Clayton in Atlanta, Emory and Henry College student Colin Christensen in D.C., and University of Worcester student Chadwick Smith via Skype in Ohio. They joined us after the George Zimmerman verdict. We had a very nice conversation, so we invited them back. Thank you, guys. Good to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you
Great.
too.
Thank you for having us, Don.
Great. Okay, so I'm sure you were paying attention to the verdict. First to Chadwick. You were 18 years old, 1 year older than Trayvon and Jordan Davis when they died. Does the Dunn verdict affect race relations for your generation?
Actually, me and Trayvon Martin and Jordan Davis are actually the same age. I turn 19 next month, so we're in the same age range. But I think it does. I think it talks to young black men and other black people about what young black people can and cannot do in our society and how we are stereotyped. What we have to be careful to wear a hoodie. I like wearing hoodies. Or can we play our music too loud? I like playing music loudly, especially in my room. But like, it really teaches us the stereotypes that are out there about young black males.
Mm-hmm. Colin, you just got accepted to law school on a full scholarship. You've written about Florida Stand Your Ground law. Where did the prosecution fail in your estimation in the Dunn case?
Well, I think the prosecution is actually getting a very uncharitable response. I mean, first-degree murder is a very hard burden of proof to meet. There's no bright line standard for premeditation. So I don't think they so much failed to do their job as they are really just kind of prevented for using some resources because of the Florida Stand Your Ground law, because of the way in which it really reverses the burden of proof. In Florida, under the Stand Your Ground law, instead of Mr. Dunn or Mr. Zimmerman having to prove that their actions were just, it's the state's burden of proof to prove that they were fundamentally unjust. And that is turning our scheme of ordered liberties and our understanding of self-defense under the English common law tradition fundamentally on its head. And I think that's the real issue here. And I think if they retry this case, they may want to redirect their energies towards second-degree murder, because first-degree is a very hard standard to prove, especially when so many of their legal discourse is obfuscated by the Stand Your Ground law.
Well, Colin, do you think that the Dunn and Zimmerman cases may spark some sort of legal changes? You were talking about the burden of proof when it comes to Stand Your Ground. Do you think it'll spark some change, some legal changes?
I certainly hope so. I'm personally very against Stand Your Ground laws and Castle Doctrine laws, and these are laws that need to be repealed. These are laws that members of our state legislators across the country need to take seriously and need to think long and hard about getting them out of their codes in their individual state houses. I'm hoping that these do spark a very meaningful and genuine discourse, because we have an entire generation of adolescents that have been robbed of their innocence because of these cases, and no one feels that theft more acutely than our black brothers and sisters in this country. And this is a problem when we have children, 17-year-old children dying because their music is too loud or because they're wearing hoodies. That's the real travesty here, and we have to fix these laws to send the message that this behavior is unacceptable.
Shelby, you grew up in Orlando, Florida, just about 120 miles from where Davis was killed in Jacksonville. Growing up, did you feel different types of racial or cultural stereotypes in Florida than is it worse in other places? And what do you say to that?
Well, actually, I grew up in a very culturally diverse area to where I never felt any sort of racism towards me. But as far as in general of the Stand Your Ground law, I really honestly don't think our generation would have even known about that until the Trayvon Martin case came along. And as well, whatever happened to calling the police in that sort of situation, as I was growing up in Orlando, my parents always told me to call the police if I felt like I was in any sort of danger. So, but as far as just my area of where I was growing up in, there was no tension, racial tensions. Like I've had friends of all different races and different ethnic backgrounds, and we got along just fine.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate all three of you joining us. You're such bright individuals, and really you're going to change the world one day. And Don't forget me when you do it, okay? Thank you.